Be some of my son's adversaries. That could either be on other teams, or it could be coaches, or it could be past girlfriends.
The Kelce-Swift universe is officially bigger than the Marvel timeline. First up, Donna Kelce hops on the Traitors and casually throws shade at Travis's exes like it's a family sport. Then, Taylor Swift breaks her own no athletes rule for Travis, proving even pop queens can fold for a tight end.
I'd been very non-athlete. Because I'm not one, and I've always just been like, well, what would we talk about?
And she's not slowing down. She's topping the iHeartRadio nominations with a jaw-dropping 9 nods. Meanwhile, America keeps binge-watching the Kansas City Chiefs like it's a Netflix drama, even when the season gets messy. And finally, Taylor gives rock legend John Fogerty a sweet shout-out on Colbert, and he explains why their music ownership fight feels like the same battle.
He just got them back recently.
Yeah!
He's 80 years old.
Let's go, John!
Donna Kelce, the NFL mom-in-chief and the unofficial queen of I Raised Two Giants and Survived, is stepping into the chaos factory that is the Traitors, and she's already choosing violence. Politely. The 73-year-old strolls into the show with wholesome mom energy, but the second someone asks who she doesn't want to see as a fellow contestant, she basically drops the most mom-coded mic ever. She hinted she'd rather not be stuck in a castle playing mind games with her son's adversaries, and that includes rival players, annoying coaches, and, wait for it, past girlfriends. Yep, Donna really said I support women, but also not the ones who stressed my son out, and honestly, that's elite mom behavior.
Be some of my son's adversaries. That could either be on other teams, or it could be coaches, or it could be past girlfriends.
Naturally, everyone took it as a little side-eye toward Travis Kelce's dating history, especially since big brother Jason has been living that stable married life for years with Kylie Kelce, like a man who never once had to explain a suspicious Instagram like. Meanwhile, Travis, before he went public with his Taylor Swift romance back in September 2023, had that long on and off relationship with influencer Kayla Nicole from 2017 to 2022. And insiders still remember when Kayla popped up on Special Forces and talked about how brutal the split felt in the public eye. The trolls, the hate, the constant feeling of being exposed like you're walking around emotionally barefoot on Lego bricks.
On a daily basis, terrified of my comments. I'm terrified of my DMs. I don't want to be triggered. I don't want to care. I don't want to look. But you're right. If you're going to talk shit and run your mouth, please do it so I can pay a bill around.
But Donna's not here to debate the past. She's here to live her new era. Travis and Jason were fully hyping her up before she flew to Scotland for filming because apparently her sons are massive fans of the show and wanted their mom to go full reality TV mastermind.
Jason is the one that got me involved. We just literally one weekend during playoffs, we binged it. It was great.
Donna leaned into it too, talking about reinventing yourself once your kids start building their own families, basically the hot mom winter version of personal growth.
When you get to a certain part in your life and your kids are starting their own families, it's so important to reinvent yourself, do the things you've always dreamt of.
And while Donna's busy reinventing herself in Scotland like the world's most iconic hot mom winter contestant, Taylor Swift is casually rewriting her dating handbook like it's a lyric draft at 2 a.m. Insiders say Taylor has basically dated her way through a whole celebrity yearbook. Actors, musicians, heartthrobs, the kind of men who look like they come with a scarf and emotional damage. But she always had one hard rule: no athletes. Not even a casual, maybe a tennis guy. Nope. Taylor figured she couldn't relate to them because she's not exactly the let's talk stats and protein shakes type. In her mind, she probably imagined every conversation being, so how many push-ups today? And she simply wasn't built for that life. But then Travis Kelce showed up and said, hi, I'm tall, I'm charming, and I have golden retriever energy. And suddenly Taylor's rulebook got tossed into the nearest bonfire. Insiders point to her Disney Plus docuseries as the moment she openly admitted she had been steering clear of athlete types, mostly because she genuinely didn't know what they'd even talk about. She pictured herself discussing songwriting metaphors while he's like, cool, but what's your 40-yard dash time?
I'd been very non-athlete. Because I'm not one, and I've always just been like, well, what would we talk about? And
obviously she was wrong, because Travis is basically an athlete who also gives funny boyfriend in a rom-com who knows everyone at the party. The real MVP in this whole situation is Andrea Swift, Taylor's mom, who apparently went full manager mode and nudged her daughter to get out of her comfort zone. Andrea wasn't letting Taylor stay locked in the safe and familiar dating aisle anymore. She was pushing her into the athletic department like, try something new, babe, you might like it.
There's a guy.
He's really cute.
You said something to the effect of, like, you gotta start doing something different.
And when Andrea started seeing headlines about Travis showing up to Taylor's show with a friendship bracelet and wanting to meet her, she did what any legendary mom would do. She investigated. Andrea even phoned up her personal Kansas City Chiefs expert, her cousin Robin, to get the full scouting report on Travis. And the moment she heard he was not only ridiculously nice, but also a hardcore mom lover, it was basically game over. Andrea immediately clocked that as a green flag the size of a stadium and started plotting how to get them in the same orbit.
See that this guy came to your show and he brought a friendship bracelet and wants to meet you. And so, of course, I call up my resident expert on Kansas City Chiefs, my cousin Robin, and I go, tell me about this guy named Travis Kelce.
And now Taylor is collecting iHeartRadio nominations like their friendship bracelets at her own concert. Yep, it's officially a great day to be Taylor Swift, because the 2026 iHeartRadio Music Awards nominations just dropped, and she's sitting at the top of the pile like a pop superstar dragon guarding a glittery hoard. 9 nods. That's not a nomination list, that's a full-on flex. Apparently Taylor's album, The Life of a Showgirl, is doing the most, and the awards are reflecting that. She's leading the pack while her bestie Sabrina Carpenter is right behind her with 8 nominations, because chasing her with a sparkly broom like Wait for Me, Bad Bunny and Alex Warren are also sitting pretty with 8 each, so it's like the nominations are hosting their own little popularity Olympics, and Taylor just sprinted past everyone in heels. And the show itself? It's going down live at the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles on Thursday, March 26th, airing on Fox, and also blasting across iHeartRadio stations and the app like a national music group chat. Basically, if you own a device that makes sound, you're going to hear about it. The whole point is celebrating the artists and songs that got played into the ground through 2025, plus teasing what's about to blow up in summer 2026, which is a sneaky way of saying here's your new obsession, you're welcome. Now, the nominee list is stacked like someone pressed shuffle on the entire music industry. You've got Beyoncé-level big names, new kids popping up, global heavy hitters, and enough genres to make your Spotify algorithm sweat. And Taylor? She's popping up in the major categories like Song of the Year with The Fate of Ophelia, Artist of the Year, Pop Artist of the Year, and Pop Song of the Year. Basically giving I'm not just nominated, I'm haunting the ballot. And while Taylor is busy haunting the iHeart ballot like a glittery pop ghost, America is also proving it's totally, absolutely, definitely not obsessed with the Kansas City Chiefs by watching them like it's a national hobby. Seriously, the latest NFL TV ratings basically expose the whole country like a group chat leak. The Chiefs might not be operating at their usual "we're coming for the Super Bowl, hide your trophies" level, but that hasn't stopped millions of people from tuning in every single week like it's appointment television. It's either the Taylor Swift halo effect, Patrick Mahomes being a living cheat code at quarterback, or just America's love for chaos. But whatever it is, it's working. According to the new viewing figures the NFL released, TV ratings are up 10% compared to 2024, and games are averaging a chunky 18.7 million viewers this season. That's not just people watched, that's people cleared their schedules, argued with their families, and ignored texts for 3 hours watched. And the wild part? The Chiefs popped up in 4 of the top 5 most watched games of the entire season. 4. Even though they went 6-11 and straight up missed the playoffs, that's not a team, that's a brand, that's a lifestyle, that's basically a cult with better merch. Top of the whole list was the Thanksgiving showdown between the Chiefs and the Cowboys, when a ridiculous 57.3 million Americans tuned in to watch Dallas win 31-28. 57 million. That's the population of a small country choosing football over peace. And on that same Thanksgiving Day, the Packers vs. Lions game pulled 47.7 million viewers, meaning everyone's turkey had barely settled before the nation collectively said, "Run it back." The Chiefs weren't done hogging the spotlight either. The third most watched game was their rematch against the Eagles, basically a Remember the Super Bowl drama sequel, and that pulled 33.8 million viewers at Arrowhead. Then their Week 9 trip to Buffalo dragged in 30.9 million fans, and Week 11's loss in Denver rounded out the top 5, which is honestly hilarious, because even their L's are must-watch content. And it's not just the Chiefs. The NFL as a whole is a ratings monster. A jaw-dropping 89 of the top 100 broadcasts in 2025 have been football games, which means the rest of TV is just fighting for scraps like leftovers in the fridge. And while the NFL has the whole country glued to screens like it's a national addiction, Taylor Swift is casually bonding with rock royalty on late-night TV like, "Yeah, I contain multitudes." So when Taylor popped up on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert back in December, she started talking about how she finally got to buy back her master's catalog in 2025, which for her is basically winning the world's most personal boss battle. Then Colbert brought up John Fogerty's whole saga, and Taylor instantly lit up because his story is the OG version of Artists Deserve Their Own Work.
You know John Fogerty's story? John Fogerty of Creedence Clearwater Revival, he lost his masters in the early 70s, and it kind of haunted him.
Man.
He just got them back recently.
Yeah!
He's 80 years old.
Let's go, John!
Fogerty, the legendary Creedence Clearwater Revival guy, spent literally half a century trying to own the rights to the songs he wrote. We're talking classics like Proud Mary, Fortunate Son, Bad Moon Rising, the whole dad rock starter pack. And he finally got his publishing rights back in 2023 after decades of legal headaches and heartbreak. When Taylor heard it, she gave him an enthusiastic shout-out that had the audience like, wait, Taylor Swift is Team Fogerty? Apparently Fogerty saw the clip later and was genuinely touched, like not celebrity polite, but actually moved. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.